You have
No,
two?
the little SD.
All right, we're rolling.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a countdown, and you'll start hearing the music. Okay?
Okay.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Yoga Express. It's all about moving the body to still the mind. My name is Banu. I'm your host for this program. Yoga Express airs every Monday, 7:30 to 8 a.m. on Time Warner 56, RCN 84, FiOS 35. I am very delighted to reintroduce a guest teacher who has been on our show before, several episodes before, so we're going to have her recall all the stuff that she's been doing. She lives overseas in France, Natalie Polinger, but I'm going to save her introduction for the last. I'd first like to acknowledge our amazing crew and our facilitator. On crew, we have Antonio Camacho, we have Lizette Perez, and Miguel Mercado. Thank you so much. You guys are a great team. I love the energy that you bring to our show. Being behind the scenes, you still give us a very positive, calm energy, so thank you. And especially also to Brian Breton, our facilitator. Brian, thank you for making us look so good out here. Thanks for the lights, the sounds, everything else is owed to you and the team. Right here on the mat, we have a very familiar face, Susan McNamara. Susan, to my extreme left. Susan is also a yoga teacher herself, and she's been on our show several times before. You teach. Susan, you teach chair yoga?
Chair yoga and gentle yoga.
And gentle yoga. And Susan's practice and her teaching has been amazing. I have really enjoyed being with you on the show, as have I enjoyed being with Natalie as well. We have a new face on our show today. Someone who's not new to yoga, but new to our show. And that's Cristina Parovel. Did I say that correct, Cristina?
Correct. Yes, hi.
Hi, Cristina. Very quickly, everyone knows Susan as a yoga teacher. Very quickly, you look very fit. So you also an aerobics teacher?
I am mostly an actress, and I was a ballet dancer.
Okay.
And I practice yoga a lot.
A lot? Okay.
Yes.
So you're gonna like.
I'm not very fit now, but usually I'm.
Hey, you look fitter than I look. But no, you look great. But thank you. For those of you who are watching us, and if you notice any of us occasionally wear socks on our feet when we are practicing, just know you want to wear socks. So, Cristina is fairly experienced, so it's okay. But especially if you're a beginner, you want to make sure you have socks with rubber dots. You want traction, especially if you're not using a mat. So you do whatever's safe for your body. You don't want to hurt yourself. That's the main thing. Now for the big moment we've all been waiting for, Natalie Polinger. Polinger, is it Polinger?
Polinger is correct.
Okay,
exactly.
Polinger.
You said it the right way. In the US, people say Polinger. So
Okay, so
either
but
way
Polinger is
fine.
correct.
Polinger is the correct
Yes,
way.
finally got it right. Natalie, I noticed I went to your, not website, you have the Facebook and Instagram
Yes,
handle, and I also
Facebook
looked.
and Instagram.
Yeah,
is out
those
there.
of you who want to reach out to Natalie, I'm sure you'll want to reach out after the show is over. Natalie Polinger Yoga, and Instagram at Natalie_NYC Yogini, right?
Exactly.
Natalie, we've had you on our show before, but I don't recall touching too much on your meditation practice and your meditation teaching.
Exactly.
Tell us a
Yeah,
little
I
more.
have a deep meditation practice. So, like most of the yoga teachers, we're integrating yoga and meditation. That goes
Right.
hand in hand. And actually, in Paris, I teach active meditation, which is kind of interesting. So,
Tell me a little
you're
more. What's that?
moving in active meditation. So you
Right.
might be shaking your body for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. minutes, but you do it in a conscious way to let go
Moving
of
the body to
everything.
still the mind.
Exactly, moving the body to still the mind.
So you're waiting for the subway train.
You can
and
just shake there. I mean,
switch
you
on.
probably, people will give you a seat because they will be thinking, okay, something is wrong with you, but
Right.
you might be happy and yeah.
And you meditate then, obviously, if you're
Yes, and you
so
meditate.
Feel free.
I
If
mean,
anyone
at the
wants to switch
beginning-
off their phone, feel free.
Excuse
No
me 1
problem.
second.
Yeah.
Make
No
sure
problem.
that's-
And,
so you,
but I also teach regular yoga classes, vinyasa yoga. Then I teach meditation where you're sitting and
Okay.
you're really focusing.
pity
also
we
on
can't have you
breathing,
teach on
pranayama.
air.
Yes, and I
That would
teach
be-
yoga nidra, which is becoming more and more important
Yes.
and more popular.
Yes.
One session of yoga nidra is like 8 hours of sleep, so I'm a huge fan of that.
How long are your yoga nidra sessions?
The yoga nidra sessions are usually around 45 minutes when I teach them. Yeah.
Just
30
the
to
yoga nidra?
45 minutes.
I'm there.
Exactly. Yes, come.
I'm there.
Or we do yoga nidra on air.
Right. Yeah, you do?
We can.
On air?
Yeah.
Oh, right here? Not just yet. I think I'll get people hooked onto the movement part because if we do yoga
Yes,
nidra, the four of us
exactly.
are going to have a wonderful time. We'll be blissed out, but our viewers won't know what's going
Right.
on. But no, it sounds amazing. What else? When you teach in meditation, do you also focus on the chakras?
Yes, I do chakra meditation.
Okay.
Then
I
from
love
the
that.
Buddhist tradition,
Okay.
the heart chakra meditation, where you're really
Right.
focusing on your heart and mindfulness. And
Lovely.
yes.
Actually, when you mentioned the word Buddhist meditation, there is a series, and you guys can all watch it on Netflix as well, our viewers as well, because a lot of the things that we teach in our yoga practice, it is incorporated through the life of Buddha. There is a Netflix series, just Buddha. It's 54 or 55 episodes. Of course, it is in the Indian language, but there are English subtitles. And every now and then they throw in these teachings that we learn in our yoga class, and things are the coin is starting to drop for me, so it makes a lot of sense. Natalie, just looking at you, I can see all that energy, what we call tejas in Sanskrit. I can see that energy in your face. The only thing I don't want to have to do and embarrass myself is a headstand, but we're all
we're
set.
not gonna
What
do
do you have
that.
planned for us?
So I have planned a really nice hip opening sequence,
Okay, sounds
especially for people who have to work after the session. It's
Right.
gonna be great. I mean, even though you will be sitting maybe in chairs all day long, but your hips will be open after the session.
Great.
And so just join us now and participate.
I'm
in
an
our
unpaid
session.
granny nanny, so I have to babysit, so I could use it too.
Exactly.
All right, we're ready.
So yes, let's get started. So we are
Okay.
gonna start in any comfortable seat, cross-legged.
Would you like us
If
to
you want
stagger?
to be in a easy seat, yes, we can stagger a little bit because we're gonna use our arms. I'm just gonna slide forward.
No problem.
And
We'll
just
have
look that you have
Cristina come
space
forward
that
as
you
well.
can spread out your arms to the ceiling.
Okay.
So we're gonna start by putting our hands on the knees. And then on your next inhale, you can just lift your arms up and open your arms into prana mudra, the life force. And on the exhale, just lower your hands down. And you can also close your eyes to connect yourself with your breath. Then breathe in. Lift your arms all the way up into prana mudra, the life force. And exhale to lower your hands back down. And then one more time, breathe in. Lift your arms all the way up. Embrace the life. And breathe out. Lower your hands back down. And then the next time you breathe in, we're gonna do this one more time. And on the exhale, you can gently lower your hands onto your knees. And then from here, we're gonna twist all the way over to the right side. Extend your left arm on your right knee. And then on every inhale, lengthen your back. And maybe on the exhale, you can gently go into your twist. But keep it gentle because we're just starting to move. And then again, take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale to go slightly deeper into your twist. And then on your next breath in, come back to center. And we're gonna twist all the way over to the other side. Extend your left arm behind you. And then again, breathe in to really lengthen your spine. And exhale, slightly go deeper. You don't want to overstretch in the first yoga pose that we're doing, so keep it gentle. And one more deep inhale. And exhale into your twist. And then breathe in to come back to center. Bring your hands onto your knees and then we're gently rolling our shoulders. So we're also gonna do some of those shoulder rollings during our session, because most of the times we carry stress on the shoulders and on the hips, and you can reverse the direction. And then from here we can come back to center and we're gonna transition into all fours. And if you want, we can still stay staggered so that we have some space. So here, we're just gonna roll our shoulders and our hips because we're preparing them for our hip stretches afterwards. So we're doing a variation of cat pose and cow pose, and you can roll your shoulders and your hips in any other direction, any circular movements that feel good for you. And then from here we can come back to center and we're gonna stretch out our arms forward into a shoulder opening, Anahata Asana. Anahata, which stands for the heart chakra, our heart energy. So we're opening our shoulders and also our chest in this pose. And you can even come into some pulsation. So we're not gonna have a stagnant yoga practice. So on every breath in, you can slightly come up. And on the exhale, maybe you go deeper into your stretch. And then again, breathe in. And breathe out.
This stretch feels amazing.
Yeah, it's really good for your shoulders and your hips. And then on your next inhale, you can come back into your cat pose. So from here, we're gonna extend our right foot forward into a low lunge. On your breath in, you can just lift your arms high up into the low lunge pose and ensure that both of your hips are pointing forward. So breathe in to slightly lengthen. Maybe you go into a slight back bend, but keep it gentle. And then take another deep inhale. And on the exhale, you can lower your hands back down. And here we're gonna step our foot slightly to the side so that we're opening our hips. You can even put your hand for a second on your hip just to open it for the stretch. And then you're gonna press your left hand into the mat. And from here on your next inhale, lift your right arm high up to the air. Circle it around behind you to open your shoulder. And then on your exhale, you can circle your arm all the way forward, like as if you're scanning the horizon. And then on your inhale, you're circling your arm back again to open your shoulder. And you can do that one more time. Breathe in for a beautiful circle all the way around. And then on your next inhale, you can one more time stretch your arm up. And then you can bring your foot back in and bring your hand to the outside of your foot. Step your right foot back again. And then breathe in to step your left foot forward into a low lunge. Inhale to lift your arms high up. Maybe you go into a slight back bend. And then breathe in again to open your chest, your heart. And exhale to lower your hands down. Bring your hand again onto your left hip this time to open your hip slightly so you can turn your toes to the side so that you really feel this hip opening. And then breathe in to lift your arm all the way around into a circle, and then you can just scan the horizon. So try to keep your arm in that same height as your shoulder. And then you can open your arm to stretch it out. And then one more time, exhale. And breathe in to open your shoulder. And exhale. Bring your hand back down on the outside of your foot. And then you can step your left foot back again. And then from here, we're gonna transition into a slight downward facing dog. So press your hands into the mat. Keep your knees bent for the first downward facing dog. And you can pedal your feet from side to side to warm up your feet. It's probably the first yoga practice of the day. So it's always nice at the beginning to keep the knees
Right,
bent.
7:30 to 8 a.m.
Exactly. So you want to keep the knees bent so that your spine stays fully straight and your head is just folding down, your shoulders are relaxed. And then from here, on your next breath in, look forward between your hands. And then you can walk in teeny tiny steps all the way to the front into a forward fold. Let go of your arms, let go of your head. And then vertebra per vertebra, you're rolling all the way up. Breathe in to lift your arms up. And exhale to lower your hands down. So we can do our prana mudra that we were doing before. On the inhale, we can just lift the arms all the way up to embrace life. And exhale, bring your hands back down. And then one more time, breathe in. Bring your hands all the way up and embrace life. And exhale. And one more time, breathe in. Bring your arms all the way up. And on the exhale, this time we're gonna fold all the way back forward into a forward fold. Bend your knees maybe this time, and you can start and interlace your fingertips behind your back into your forward fold. Relax your head. Let it be really heavy. And try to open your shoulder blades here. And then you can let go of your hands. Bring your hands on either side of your feet. Breathe in into a straight spine. And then from here, on your next exhale, you can step your left foot back. Keep your right knee bent. So you were in a low lunge again, but our back leg is extended this time. So on our inhale, we can lift our right arm all the way up and we can circle it back. And then on the exhale, you can just scan the horizon. And this should feel already good on your shoulders. Maybe you feel that they're already open. And let's do it one more time.
I like your choice of words, scan the horizon. Right, Susan?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And then this time, listen carefully. Bring your hand to the inside of your right foot, and then we're gonna turn over to the left side into a forward fold. So you can keep your knees bent and just swing from side to side. And you can imagine that you're maybe playing with sand and water. I'm really inspired now with sand and water because I just came back from Costa Rica.
Ah, I'm looking at seashells here.
So you can draw any images on your mat. Search for seashells.
Yeah, did you teach that in Costa Rica?
I was actually with Shivareya, one of my teachers,
Ah, yeah.
and I was participating with
I've heard
her
of that, yeah.
in yoga sessions, meditation sessions. And then we're gonna turn all the way back forward. And from here you can lower your left knee down, bring your right knee to meet your left. Extend your arms forward into Anahata Asana, our shoulder stretch. And then breathe in for a slight pulsation. Maybe on the exhale you go lower, and then you can glide all the way forward onto your belly into Sphinx pose. So ensure that your hands are in this L shape. Beautiful. Keep your neck extended. And then from here, on your exhale, you can bring your forehead onto the ground, and then you can bring your hands maybe wider than your mat on either side of your shoulders, and you can find some circular movements in your shoulders. So we're in a variation of cobra pose. which is like medicine for our shoulders because we're circling them in different directions, especially with all the typing on the smartphones, computers. We're in an awkward position. This is our medicine.
Yeah, we carry a lot of weight literally on our shoulders.
We do. And then you can bring your hands again on either side of your chest. Breathe into cobra pose. Maybe you want to come slightly higher. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And then engage your navel into your tabletop position. And then you can tuck your toes under, back into your downward facing dog. If you want, breathe in to lift your right leg up. Keep your left foot on the floor to get the stretch in your leg. Maybe you want to bend your right knee for a hip opening. And then on the exhale, lower your right foot back down next to your left. Breathe in to lift your left leg up. And if you keep your right leg down, it's more of a standing split in that downward facing dog. And then on the exhale, this time, bring your left foot all the way through into your forward fold on the left side. Into your standing low lunge. And then breathe in to lift your left arm up into our circular movement. On the exhale, you can scan the horizon. And then again, breathe in.
Natalie's hair is on my horizon.
And one more time. And then on the exhale, you can bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot and we're pivoting around all the way over to the right side. And one more time. You can go through your movements with sand and water. Collect some seashells. And just relax your back and your shoulders. Sometimes it's fun to do yoga in a playful way.
Absolutely. It's always fun, actually. I enjoy it.
Yes. And then you can circle all the way over.
Life is serious enough, right?
Exactly. So yoga shouldn't be serious.
No.
And then you lower your back leg down. Bring your other leg to meet your leg. And then from here, extend your arms forward into your Anahata Asana. And then one more time, glide forward onto your belly, into your Sphinx pose. And then from here, you can lower your forehead down, bring your hands wider than the mat. And then you can find your circular movements.
So we move in the whole upper body.
You can move your upper body, you can stay low, you can stay high, whatever suits your body. You can close your eyes so that you're really meditative, especially with our beautiful music.
It is nice, right?
Yeah,
Smooth
I love the
heartbeat.
drums. It's very
Was
soothing.
created just for
Yeah.
Yogaxpress. Is our Parovel.
And then bring your hands back on either side of your chest. Breathe into your cobra pose. And then engage your Mula Bandha, your navel, for your transition. And then from here you can come back into your downward facing dog. Breathe in to lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee. And then from here, bring your right knee forward towards your right arm for pigeon.
Ah, my favorite.
So this time we're bringing the knee towards our right hand.
I love this.
And then ensure that both of your hips are really pointing forward. Extend your back leg. Maybe you are looking over your left shoulder, that you're not seeing your toes anymore. And then we can come into a pulsation here. Bring your hands on either side of your hips. And on the exhale, you can lower down. And then breathe in to come back up again. And then again, exhale to lower down. And then breathe in to come back up again. And on your next exhale, you can come all the way down. You can extend your arms in front of you. And just stay here in your forward fold. Ensure that your hips stay in one line. So the tendency might be that we're dropping too much onto our right side. So try to keep your hips in one line and enjoy.
Oh, it's a beautiful stretch on the right
Yeah.
side. My upper thigh on the right side. Wow.
So now we're in our full hip opening, what we were preparing with this sequence.
Oh, feels good. I'm not quite ready yet, but it feels good.
Yeah, it's early in the day. So
That's true.
and then stay here for another 3 breaths. We really want to give our hip the chance to open up. And then when you're ready,
1 minute.
you can slowly come out into your tabletop position, and then we're doing the hip opening pose on the other side, pigeon. So set yourself.
Is it unusual? This side feels better.
Yeah, it's
Even better?
normal. One side
Normal.
feels better than
Good
the
to
other.
know. I feel normal.
Because our body is also different all the
Right.
time. So you can go through your pulsation. And then when you're ready, you can come all the way down.
Actually, just so we can wrap up comfortably with your postures, I'm going to say my thanks to our crew, and I would like to acknowledge our whole team right here. We have Antonio, Lizette, and Miguel. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us, for staying with us. Brian Breton, our facilitator as well. On behalf of Cristina Parovel to my right, extreme left Susan McNamara, we'd like to thank our special guest teacher, Natalie Polinger. You can get in touch with Natalie. Her credits will come up just one more time. Natalie, I'll let you finish. So now you have a whole minute.
And then from here on your next inhale, you can slowly come out of the pose. And then you can just swing your right foot around into a seat. So for our audience, if you want to have one more little sequence of hip opening, you can bring the soles of your feet together.
I just realized I need a
Into
pedicure.
Supta Baddha Konasana. I'm thinking the same. And either you can leave a little bit more space between your pelvic floor and your feet if your hips are closed. If they're quite open, you can bring your feet closer to your pelvic floor and then just stay here for a few breaths.
This feels good. I'm listening to the heartbeat. there.
Yeah. So on every inhale, again, lengthen your spine. Maybe on the exhale, you want to start and fold forward a little bit.
Viewers out there, every Monday morning, 7:30 to 8 a.m., Time Warner 56, RCN 84, RCN 83 actually, and Fios 34. Watch us also on mnn.org. Stay in touch with Natalie. She'll be here more often, so will Susan will come and teach as well. And I'm looking forward to, let me get your name,
Cristina.
Christina's participation again too.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.